welcome to the Conscious Transformation podcast. I'm your host, Helena Hall, and today I'm wanting to deep dive into how to get out of overwhelm in the most effective way. So I've just got off from one of our membership calls where we were dealing ultimately with overwhelm, but also deep down, it commonly stems from a lack of self-love, difficult childhood experiences, and where today a whole host of different and unique issues which were being expressed, once challenging, traumatic situations, one after another. So it's totally understandable how that could lead anyone into despair, panic, overwhelm, and exhaustion. Now, what's helpful about these situations is that it often pushes us into a situation where we can no longer tolerate the discomfort or procrastinate from change. And so we're faced with what feels like a corner. But it's actually a crossroads. So do you keep doing what you've always done, putting a plaster on the situation, or somehow burying the issue? Or do you take action, say enough is enough, and make the decision to do something that you feel will lead you to happiness? Now, ultimately, these difficult and trying situations are a gift. And it's taken me enough of these challenges to know deep down when I'm in the eye of the storm that somehow I will benefit. Whether this is to create something better, to release a part of me which created the experience, or to use it as a launch pad into something that I truly desire. So the first thing to do is to recognize that you need to hold on to self-compassion and self-love through this experience. Now that there is likely a lack of self-love, self-worth, or shame that's being held deep within you. Now, oftentimes when these challenges have been, we've been facing them for years or decades, and we've been burying our feelings, trying to carry on without checking our limitations, our limiting beliefs, negative beliefs, or healing our old childhood wounds, we face chronic health problems, which ultimately give us the opportunity to stop, to reflect, and to look at what we have and what we're living with, and to decide to make a change. I feel we have a true epidemic in our society, and that's a lack of self-love. Whether it's perceived and perceivable as a lack of self-worth, or it's falsely projected into arrogance, which often masks the hidden insecurities. So starting our journey into self-love is the path to uncovering our challenges, and one of the most amazing and transformative journeys that we can go on. But this is a long journey, and for this approach, just to get out of overwhelm, I wanted to set the scene and say that this needs to be addressed, not necessarily today, but you have to have it on your list and take action. For if you're to truly transform out of overwhelm now and in the future, you really have to focus on your self-love, self-compassion, and bringing yourself together essentially, and building that new structure of self-love. But to start, I would like you to hold on to compassion for yourself for now. So to ask yourself, what do you need right now? And to find the little actions that you can take to build upon your self-care. So whether that's making yourself a cup of tea, or taking a moment just to relax, going for a walk, or reading a book. Start by being kind to yourself. This is the most important relationship of your life, and you should start to build a better relationship with yourself as soon as possible. So that aside, next it's best to consider if you need to de-stress. So if you've bottled up too many challenges, too much emotion, or it's been too much has been pushed down and not expressed, it's very likely that chronic stress has been a large component of why you may be struggling with overwhelm, struggling to think straight, to feel as you normally would do. And so taking on more and more tasks right now would not be the right approach until you have decompressed. So until you have let go of some of that build-up and stress within your body, so that your body can breathe a sigh of relief, I don't want to move forward. So let's focus on the 8 key things that you can do to allow your body to de-stress. So there's shaking, gentle movement, physical activity, breathing, laughter, affection, crying, creativity, and connection. But today we're going to just focus on two: laughter and gently shaking. So whenever you feel the stress building up inside of you, that you can essentially shake it off by getting your body to transition from the emotion. Now, in nature, we see animals shake after a fight to get rid of the adrenaline, and we can get rid of the stress by making a choice to absorb ourselves in an activity which releases oxytocin and lets go of the stress chemicals. Now, it's really easy to start the process of decompressing, but you need to do it daily for it to be effective, and you should start today. So today, discussing only shaking or laughter, you can either just go and watch a comedy show that you know will make you laugh, or you can simply stand up and just bounce on your feet gently. Get your hands and arms moving, gently shift your shoulders and allow some of that stress to come out of you. Now, you can do this, say if you're having a really difficult day at work, you've just got into an argument, or you're in a difficult situation. Take yourself off, whether it's into a different room or the bathroom, and just let your body get rid of that stress. Now that we've touched on the importance of self-love and you're being compassionate with yourself, ideally with some soothing object in hand or around you, and with laughter or movement, you have the tools to de-stress, and so we can get to the meat of the overwhelm solution. We can start to build towards stepping out of overwhelm, which will enable us to start gaining a new perspective, and we'll be able to take action slowly, step by step, towards a better situation. Now, the best and most effective way out of overwhelm is to create a clear vision of where you want to be, to build such a strong and clear vision that you can imagine and feel yourself already being there. By now, you should have been thinking a little bit more clearly, with less brain fog and disconnection, if you've taken the time to love yourself and to decompress. So when you start to implement the following tactics, you'll be able to carry them out and take action. So number one, you need to get super clear on what it is that you want, where you want to be, and what it would feel like, and get into the detail of what that life would be like. And now two, create a short paragraph that you will use daily to reiterate your choice. And start it off with, I am so happy and grateful now that I have. Number three, visualize what it would be like to live that experience, what it would feel like to make it so clear that you could open your eyes and be living in that space. And four, every day you're going to do the following. So every day you're going to write down your paragraph 3 times. You're going to say it aloud and spend a few minutes visualizing it being your reality. Now, do this for a minimum of 14 days. And as you do, each day, watch out for the intuitive pulls to take action, for the inspiration on what you could do. What books do you feel connected to or pulled to read, or thoughts that you could do or take guidance on? It's really important when you get that inspiration to take immediate action in whatever way that you can move forward on those inspirations. Now, as you do, watch out for these intuitive pulls to take action. Notice these inspirations or thoughts that guide you towards your vision. Act on these inspirations immediately, no matter how small the steps might seem. Now, the next step is crucial because it's about taking action, and your vision will remain just a dream unless you take action to make it a reality. But as you do take your action, make sure that you continue to practice self-care. Now, overcoming overwhelm isn't something that you have to do alone. So you should reach out to your friends, your family, or support group. If you're also going through this overwhelm, join my free conscious transformation group, which is a community of like-minded people on the same journey of transformation. Connection is such a powerful tool for healing and growth. So to recap, the journey out of overwhelm starts with self-compassion and self-love. Then you decompress, and there's 8 key ways to do it, but we've just talked through laughter and gently shaking. Then create a clear vision on where you want to be and take consistent action towards it. Repeat that visualization, get into that sensation of already being there, and when you feel inspired, take immediate action. Incorporate self-care practices into your daily routine and connect with others for support. Getting out of overwhelm or the situations that you're facing is possible, but it's a journey that you take one step at a time. If you'd like to dive deeper, you can download the Transformational Burnout Blueprint from the link within the show notes. And don't forget to join our free membership group for more resources, tips, and support on your journey. Thank you for tuning in today. If you found this episode helpful, please share it with others who also might benefit. With lots of love, I'm Helena Hall.